The story of Saint Raymond of Peñafort. The saint who sailed on his cloak. Born in Spain into a noble family and related to the King of Aragon, Saint Raymond of Peñafort was marked by grace from a very young age. Even as a child, he possessed a deep and tender devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, turning to her with trust and love throughout his life. Gifted with remarkable intelligence, Raymond completed his studies early and soon gained renown as a brilliant teacher of law. Honors, respect, and influence followed him, but he chose a different path. Setting aside worldly success, he entered the order of preachers, Dominicans, embracing humility, obedience, and a life totally given to God. Though a brilliant canon lawyer, Saint Raymond remained profoundly humble. He lived close to God through prayer and penance, and his gentle goodness drew many sinners back to the path of grace. His life reflected the truth that holiness is not found in titles, but in surrender. On one occasion, Saint Raymond accompanied King James to the island of Majorca to preach the gospel. Though the king possessed many noble qualities, he allowed his passions to rule him and gave scandal by his behavior. With fearless charity, Saint Raymond urged the king to correct his ways and send away the woman who caused the scandal. Though the king promised to do so, he failed to keep his word. Seeing no other option, Saint Raymond resolved to leave the island. In anger, the king forbade any ship from carrying him back to Barcelona, threatening severe punishment to anyone who disobeyed. Trusting entirely in God, Saint Raymond performed an astonishing act of faith. He spread his cloak upon the sea, fastened one corner to a staff as a sail, made the sign of the cross, and stepped onto the water. For nearly 6 hours, he was carried safely across the waves until he reached Barcelona. This miracle deeply touched the heart of King James. Struck with remorse, he repented sincerely and became a faithful follower and supporter of Saint Raymond thereafter. In an age of confusion, compromise, and moral hesitation, Saint Raymond stands as a beacon of clarity. He reminds us that courage rooted in prayer can transform institutions, hearts, and even history. Just like Saint Raymond, we are called to the same radical trust. In our workplace, family, struggles, silent sacrifices, God is asking for fidelity, not fame. May we learn from his life to say every day, "Lord, I will obey, even when it is hard. Especially when it is hard." Saint Raymond of Peñafort, pray for us.